All right, let's talk about the user's manual to your body that you never knew you had. We're going to open it up today and explore the hidden blueprint of feminine nature, all based on the incredible work of Alina Chamberlain. It's time to finally understand your own unique design. I mean, have you ever felt that way? Like you're just along for the ride and your body and emotions are calling all the shots? Well, you are not alone. But what if all that changeability, that constant ebb and flow, isn't some flaw you need to fix? What if it's actually a feature? A really sophisticated internal guidance system that's just waiting for you to learn its language.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at why your body's blueprint is so fundamentally different. Then, we'll get into the hormonal and cyclical dance that directs everything. After that, we'll explore how the body actually remembers emotions. Then, we'll cover how to start healing that inner map. And finally, we'll pull it all together into a guide for your own self-mastery.
So first things first, we have to get this core idea down. So much of our world operates on this very linear 24-hour clock, right? But the female body, it runs on a completely different system. It's cyclical, it's dynamic, it's not just a different shape, it's a whole different way for energy to exist in the world. And this really shows the contrast perfectly. You have one system that's often described as a narrow vessel, built for speed, for linearity, for moving forward. And then you have the feminine system, which is way more like an expansive cradle. It's designed for creation, for nurturing, and it mirrors the cycles of the ocean. And it's this very architecture that gives you this incredible, natural sense of being grounded and connected. Okay, so let's build on that and look at the dynamic forces that are at play inside of you every single day. We're talking about the hormones and cycles that are literally the conductors of your reality, choreographing your inner world and how you experience everything around you. You can think of your hormones as this, beautiful, complex orchestra. You've got estrogen, the queen of beauty, which creates that glow and vitality. Then there is progesterone, the guardian of peace, that calls you to go inward. Testosterone is that fire that sparks your ambition. And of course, oxytocin, the molecule of intimacy that builds connection and trust. Understanding this hormonal cocktail, it's like finally getting the manual for your own power. It lets you stop blaming yourself for how you feel and start working with your body. And this is exactly how those hormones show up in your life. Your menstrual cycle is not an inconvenience, okay? It's a powerful personal GPS with 4 totally distinct seasons. You've got your inner spring for renewal. Summer is your social peak, you're on fire. Autumn is a call to get quiet and practice self-care. And winter, that's a secret time for intuition. Honestly, trying to be the exact same person every single day is literally an act of violence against your own nature. All right, now we're going to go a layer deeper. We're going to explore the profound, unbreakable link between your physical body and your emotional history. Because in the feminine system, your psychology and your physiology, they're one and the same. Nothing is ever forgotten. This quote from Chamberlain just hits so hard. The idea is that these unresolved emotions, they don't just vanish into thin air. No, they get stored in your body as physical tension, creating what she calls a muscular armor that literally blocks circulation, energy, and even your capacity for pleasure. And here's a super concrete physiological example. Your jaw and your pelvic floor are direct mirrors of each other. So when you spend years clenching your jaw, holding back what you really want to say, or just swallowing your feelings, you're creating a corresponding chronic spasm in your womb and vagina. You just can't selectively numb your pain without also dulling your capacity for ecstasy. It's all connected.
So if the body is storing all this memory, the big question is, how do we release it? And this brings us to the most important part, the solution. We can actually learn to soften that armor and heal our body's emotional memory map.
The practice is called conscious exploration. And the key thing to understand here is that the goal isn't about performance or reaching some destination. Not at all. It's about a gentle inquiry. It's about listening to your body's stored history with absolute compassion, using your breath and your attention as your main tools. And the path to doing this is surprisingly simple, but so profound. It all starts with deep, rhythmic breathing. That's how you signal safety to your nervous system. Then you bring this tender, non-judgmental attention to any areas of tension you find. And finally, you just create this space to allow whatever emotions need to come up, whether it's tears or sounds, to just be released. This process literally reprograms your body's receptors, helping your tissues return to a state of softness and full sensitivity. So, let's bring it all home.
How do you actually turn all this knowledge into a daily practice? Well, this is where you learn to wield your changeable nature not as a weakness, but as your absolute greatest superpower. Your job really is to become the conscious observer of your own inner state. Your health truly begins where that self-imposed ban on your emotional truth ends. So if you feel that cold knot of cortisol and stress, don't force yourself to go to the gym. Seek warmth. Seek oxytocin. Take a bath. Get a hug. If your jaw is tight, that's your body telling you it needs to release sound and pressure. Keeping something like a sensory journal can be a game changer. It helps you see these patterns and transform your biology from something that limits you into a majestic instrument you get to play.
And that's what this all comes down to. This isn't just a bunch of information. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to a conversation that has probably been waiting to happen your entire life. It's a journey back home, to yourself. So the question I want to leave you with is this: what is your body asking you right now to finally hear?